Hello, my name is Arthur Hippler, and I teach religion in the high school of Providence Academy in Plymouth, Minnesota. We read several books by C.S. Lewis in our program: Mere Christianity, The Abolition of Man, The Screwtape Letters, and The Great Divorce, which we read toward the end of the 11th grade, junior year. The Great Divorce is an imaginative tour of heaven, or at least the outskirts of heaven, by a busload of visiting souls from hell. This allows us to think about the moral condition that people would be in such that they would be saved or damned. Many Christians tend to have an easygoing approach to the afterlife now. Some even insist that there's no such place as hell, or if there is, it's empty. Everyone will ultimately be united to God, simply taking different routes. Lewis, however, helps us to see that this simply doesn't make sense of our own moral experience and our knowledge of human nature. That life ultimately presents us with an either-or, a route that leads toward selflessness and self-fulfillment in God, or a route that leads toward selfishness and a collapsing in of the self away from God. Half a century after his death, Lewis continues to delight and inspire readers. While many Christian writers of his time have gone out of print, many of Lewis's works seem to have all the staying power of real classics. People often think of Lewis as English, but Lewis was born in Belfast, Northern Ireland, and it remained his spiritual home for the rest of his life. He first came to England for his schooling at age 9, shortly after the death of his mother from cancer, and attended boarding schools and some private tutoring. Later he went on to attend Oxford University, and he spent most of his teaching career there. Many are familiar with Lewis as a brilliant and imaginative voice in theology, but Lewis was by trade a professor of English literature, first at Oxford and then at Cambridge. Lewis did not have a degree in biblical studies or divinity, but rather had a rich and in-depth knowledge of Christian classics, such as Dante's Divine Comedy, Bunyan's Pilgrim's Progress, and Milton's Paradise Lost. And we'll see allusions to a number of these works as we look at The Great Divorce. So next, the preface to The Great Divorce. What is it that Lewis intends to help us understand? What is the purpose that he has in writing The Great Divorce?